Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the channel. If you're a green card holder or you're hoping to become one soon, this video is especially for you. Let's be real. With the 2024 election behind us and Trump back in the spotlight, immigration has once again become a hot topic. And let's just say, it's got a lot of people on edge. Green card holders are asking, what happens next? Can my permanent residency be taken away? Am I still safe? You're not alone in feeling uncertain, and today, I'm going to clear up a very specific part of that anxiety. Because despite all the talk about mass immigration changes and restrictions, there are two types of green cards that, at least for now, are completely out of Trump's reach. That's right. No matter how aggressive immigration policies get, these two categories are safe temporarily. Now, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to inform you, and more importantly, to empower you. So, in the next few minutes, we'll break down what these two green cards are, why they're protected under current law, and how long that protection might actually last. This isn't about politics. This is about your life, your family, and your future in the US. I've helped thousands of immigrants understand complex policy changes in simple terms, and today, I'm going to do the same for you. So whether you've had your green card for 20 years or just got it last month, stick with me. You'll walk away smarter, more confident, and prepared for what's ahead. Before we dive in, if you find this topic helpful, do me a quick favor, tap that like button. It helps more green card holders like you find this info when they need it most. All right, let's jump in. So, you might be wondering, what on earth are the two green cards that even Trump, for now, can't touch? I get it. This isn't just legal jargon or political theater. This is real life, real worry, real stakes for you and millions like you. That's why I want to bring it down to earth, tell you what's happening, why it matters, and what it means for your sense of security here in the US. What I'm talking about are two categories of green cards that, for now, remain on solid ground, protected by law, and I promise, it's not because of political goodwill, but because of real legal safeguards. First up is the Cuban Adjustment Act, a piece of legislation that's been around for decades, dating all the way back to 1966. It creates a unique pathway for Cuban nationals who have been physically present in the U.S. for at least a year to apply for permanent residency. That's right. If you're covered under that law, it's a 59-year-old promise on the books that even the most aggressive policy shift hasn't been able to dismantle Wikipedia. Then there's the seldom discussed but critically important clause in existing law that protects lawful permanent residents from being deported on public charge grounds more than 5 years after receiving their green card, and only for conduct that happened prior to becoming a resident voice of America. In simpler terms, if you've already been a green card holder for more than 5 years, and you're not now committing new acts that violate that law, that safeguard is firmly in place. Now, before that feeling of relief washes over you too fast, I want to acknowledge the anxiety that's very real today. We've seen a wave of aggressive changes, expanded public charge definitions that envelop benefits like Medicaid, SNAP, and housing as potential red flags for applicants, strict anti-Americanism vetting, tougher moral character scrutiny in naturalization, extended in-person interview requirements, mandatory new medical exams, even for applications that previously might have used older ones. AP News Washington Post Visavergeth Economic Times. Those changes are already affecting many applicants, turning the immigration process into a high-stress journey filled with uncertainty. And on top of that, the Trump administration's broader agenda under what's being called Project 2025 is dismantling pathways like diversity visas, family-based routes, TPS, and more, and speeding up expedited removals and expanded enforcement visaverge. When it feels like everything's shifting, hearing that two green card paths remain protected is not just relief, it's critical reassurance. But here's the thing. Reassurance doesn't mean passive. Even though these two categories are safe, for now, you still need to be proactive. That means staying informed about your specific status, talking to a trusted immigration lawyer, keeping your documentation in order and being cautious about any new changes as they come. Policies can shift, courts can block, laws can be reinterpreted, but knowing where you stand today gives you space to breathe and then act. Let's picture how this plays out in everyday life. Imagine you're Cuban and have lived here for over a year. You know that CAA exists. It's a lifeline instituted in 1966 that remains intact. Many policies have changed, but as long as that law stays on the books, your ability to adjust isn't supposed to be affected by the latest headlines. That doesn't mean you ignore paperwork, exactly the opposite. You get it done, you stay legal, you don't give anyone an excuse to challenge you. Now, picture someone who's already held their green card for over 5 years. Maybe they used SNAP or Medicaid a couple years into becoming a resident. Under older interpretations, that might have raised alarms, but the law is clear. Unless the use happened within 5 years of issuance, and even then, only for pre-green card conduct, you can't be stripped of your status on public charge grounds. Voice of America. That doesn't make it a free pass for every hiccup, but it does provide stability, and stability matters. I want you to hold on to that feeling like a small but steady lifeline, but also use it. Use that clarity as motivating energy. Double-check your records, file renewals well ahead of time. Don't let coverage lapses pile up, and don't assume you're invisible. The law might protect you, but authorities still want their paperwork in order. And by staying on top of that, you're not just safe, you're in control. I know the frustration many of you feel seeing headlines about green card threats, new vetting, anti-Americanism checks, deportations, and policy rollbacks. It can feel like each piece chips away at the American dream. But then you realize you're not at zero. You have had two protected pathways all along. And that matters because it reaffirms that despite all the noise, the system still respects some structure, some fairness, some measure of law, if you stay vigilant. So what I want you to do now is take that calm and attention and turn it into action. Stay updated, stay vocal, stay prepared. And when these policy storms come, because they will, they're less likely to tear you down if you're anchored by clarity, documentation, and legal understanding. All right, here's where I'd love your next step. If you're watching this and you found even a glimmer of peace or clarity, hit that like button. It's a small action with a big impact, because the more people who see this video, the more green card holders can find that same confidence and knowledge. Share it with a friend who might feel on edge, particularly if they're Cuban or a long-term green card holder. That message might mean more than you know. I promise, I'll keep bringing you clear, honest updates, no scare tactics, just real talk. We're in this together. Thanks for sticking with me. Now let's keep going together.